Area 51. It was a brainchild of the CIA. Now, I don't know if it houses alien technology or whether, they're doing secret time travel experimentation, or it's just somewhere where they built stealth aircraft in secret away from prying eyes because it's a good place to test them. But apparently, the ex-staff are disgruntled with the fact that they've been given illnesses and the government is just waiting for them to basically expire. Let's take a look.
Now to an update on an exclusive NewsNation investigation. There's been a major setback for a group of veterans who served at one of the most secretive military sites in America. Earlier this year, NewsNation exposed how men and women who served at Area 51 and the surrounding range are now getting sick with serious health issues, many of them dying of cancer. But they say they can't get the help they need because the Pentagon still considers their service classified.
I mean, that would be fucking heartbreaking that you give years and years of service and they basically say, oh, because it's classified, you've got to shut up and just take it.
We did something important. We did good work. We changed things. We don't deserve being ignored by saying we don't exist.
It's like a kick in the gut. It's just a matter of betrayal.
Now, after Natasha Zuva's report on all of this, lawmakers moved to fix this. A provision called Section 1066 would have forced the Pentagon to acknowledge that those men worked at the range and that the range is contaminated and identify everybody who was there.
I wonder, contaminated with what? I know there's been fires at Area 51. There's been a couple of times where they've evacuated Area 51 and they said it was possibly spillage of materials. And I suppose if you're working with secret technology, you've got gasoline, fuel, you've got maybe experimental technologies. Have they got nuclear weapons there, even? So, yeah, it's just... And I wonder, would it not be in the government's best interest to sort of come out and help these men? Because ultimately, if they are under the blanket of classification and non-disclosure agreements, if they've got terminal illnesses and not getting the help they need and the recognition that they rightly deserve, they'll just come out and tell all anyway. Surely they would.
But now that fix is gone from the bill, negotiated behind closed doors, it was stripped out of the final defense spending bill. Listen to a ranking member of the House Committee on Veterans Affairs, Representative Mark Takano.
What I heard is that the Department of Defense did not want to hand over the classified information. They didn't want to compromise the so-called privacy of Area 51. And the Republican leadership just rolled over.
NewsNation's Natasha Zubas has been following those veterans for months. Natasha, these veterans now feel like, first of all, they're furious at Congress for stripping this out of this bill, and now they're begging President Trump to step in and help.
That's exactly right. Hi there, Elizabeth. After our reporting aired, these veterans finally saw a lifeline, and now that lifeline is gone. Section 1066 of the defense bill would have finally given these veterans a path to prove where they served. But in the final negotiations behind closed doors, that fix was stripped out. House leadership let it die. Here's veteran Dave Crete.
I'm a Republican. I'm a conservative. I listen to the elected representatives of my party talk about how pro-military they are and pro-veteran they are. Well, it needs to be a little bit more than just words. We don't.
Yeah, I mean, you can't turn around and say, yeah, we support our men and women in the military service, and then just say, but if you worked on classified materials and you've got illnesses, tough shit, basically. They need to come out front and centre and get ahead of it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, yeah, these men worked at Area 51. Because it's not even a fucking secret anymore, is it? I mean, everyone... You could film people getting on the... Is it Janet Airlines? out in Las Vegas where they've got the planes with a red strip across the side. I've seen them. I did an helicopter tour to the Grand Canyon. You could just see the planes there, sitting there. So, unless they were working on fucking aliens, I don't know what the secret, was he in service 30 years ago, maybe? And anything that's 30 years old surely would have been known by now.
Even regret the job. We're more concerned about those we leave behind. We know our fate. The average age on our list is 62 years old. I turned 61 in 2 months. I'm 14 months away from average.
When we first told you about the Area 51 veterans story in February, their memorial list had 446 names. Well, tonight, Elizabeth, that stands at 527. And now they're turning to President Trump, asking him for an executive order.
This problem could be fixed with one beautiful signature on a piece of paper.
If you could speak one sentence to the president right now, what would it be?
Mr. President, we need your help.
That's it. It's one sentence. What's you waiting for?
He's the one that has the power to fix it.
Well, we reached out to the White House. President Trump's team sent us a statement saying he cares deeply about our veterans, pointing to VA backlogs reduced, new clinics opened, adding, quote, "We do not have further announcements on this topic at this time." The veterans say their message to President Trump is simple: to do what Congress wouldn't, to make sure their country shows up for them now, not just to fold a flag after they're gone, Elizabeth.
Well, that statement from the White House doesn't sound like the president is planning to do anything. Maybe after watching this reporting, they'll change their mind. Natasha Zuvez, that's a heartbreaking story. Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, it's the fold the flag thing. Fucking terrible. Because you can imagine loved ones where you've got to watch someone going through the pain of this, then they eventually die, and then they get the military funeral with the flag and things, and it's like, then something happens where they come out and go in 5 years' time and say, yeah, we made a mistake. Does it help the families? Does it help the victims of all this? You could do it like Trump could come out tomorrow and just say, yes, they went to Area 51. I know the security classification concerns, but they just need some sort of help. Even if it's background help. Does it have to be public? There's ways and means. Let me know what you think. Did they know what they were getting into when they signed up for the job? Who knows? See you on the next one.